Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti, has taken to her social media account on Twitter. And if I can quote from the 2 tweets that she has put out, she has said, 3 more policemen have lost their lives to militant bullets. Outrage, shock and condemnation will be expressed by all of us on expected lines. Unfortunately, it brings no solace to the families of the victims. And in the other tweet, she says, and I quote, clearly with the rise in kidnapping of police personnel and their families, Centre's muscular policy is not working at all. Dialogue, the only way forward, seems to be a distant dream now. So there you have Mehbooba Mufti now taking on the centre government and the foreign policy taken up by the NDA government, saying dialogue, the only way forward, seems to be a distant dream for now. Sohail, if I can come back to you on that. So clearly a lot of questions are going to be raised as to what really is the NDA government going to do as far as its foreign policy with Pakistan is concerned.
Well, at this point of time, bullets and dialogues can't go together. At this point of time, we have already one BSF Jawan was ambushed along the international border in Samba sector, and now we have this incident at the same time where 3 cops of the Jammu and Kashmir police are abducted and later killed. In such situations, obviously, the talks with the Pakistan is a question that whether India will definitely have a talks with its counterparts or not. But the situations across the Kashmir Valley are not, so far as the security is concerned, are not good for policemen who are being killed, who are being targeted repeatedly.
To stay with us, I'd like to take that question to Pradeep as well. Pradeep, we have seen how Mehbooba Mufti functioned when she was the chief minister, because she was the one who thought that dialogue could be an easy way out. Everyone should come to the same table. And today we are seeing a change in tone where she says that dialogue seems like a distant dream.
If you, Aditi, look at the tweet of Mehbooba Mufti, the way she should have condemned the incident and lashed out at the Pakistan and their proxies, she's not doing that. In this tweet also, she's trying to a little bit play politics. She says that this is not going to give solace, because you rightly said that when she was the chief minister, she said that there should be the dialogue. But what actually she's trying to say, the muscular policy is not going to work. She's not realizing that by not having a muscular policy, will be only giving shot in the arm of Pakistan and these anti-national elements. What actually Mehbooba Mufti had been doing, she was totally busy appeasing such elements. And what really we saw over the period of time, whatever we are seeing on the ground right now, it is because of the wrong policies of her government that she has encouraged these elements to an extent that today they are targeting our bravehearts, unarmed bravehearts, whenever they are going home. And this is one of the reasons that already the police has come out with an advisory telling these people not to go to their respective places on leave. If you have to go on leave, then you should take your weapon along, because that is what actually the advisory says. But we have seen that they are trying to instill fear and generate fear psychosis. But that is unfortunate that these people will keep on playing politics and they will try to sow seeds of mistrust which they should not have done. At this juncture, I think all the political parties, whether it's National Conference, PDP, Congress, all of them have to speak in one voice, and they should speak out against all those elements who are responsible for this gruesome and brutal act, because by justifying these acts by playing politics, they are further going to encourage these elements, and that is really not going to be good for the situation in Jammu and Kashmir Valley. If situation has come to reach this stage, it is because of their wrong policies that today many of these politicians are not able to go to their respective constituencies. They should not forget the blood of these bravehearts is not that cheap. It is because of their supreme sacrifice that there is peace on the streets of Kashmir Valley. It's because of their supreme sacrifice and the duties which they are performing day in and day out, 24/7, 365 days, that these politicians are able to go to their respective places. Otherwise, they would not have been able to come out of their homes. But what happens that in just for the petty political interest, they forget all these things, and they try to, in fact, call these people as if they are mere statistics. They should not be treated as mere statistics. They are also near and dear one of someone. And how come they are the lesser Kashmiris? You should see how Pakistan is playing a dirty game. They are making Kashmiri kill other Kashmiri. And that is what actually our leaders have to understand. And they have to just come above these political vested interests and speak in one voice. And that one voice should be against terrorism and Pakistan's Naya Kashmir policy, which continues to beat India 1,000 cut, because we hardly see any change from Imran Khan, who seems to be sitting in the lap of Rawalpindi headquarters, rubbing shoulders with a person like Hafiz Singh. And when you are rubbing your shoulders with radical elements and fanatics there in Pakistan, one can't expect such a person to in fact script chapter of peace. This is nothing but like shedding crocodile tears. On one hand, he's stamping terror, but coming out with the stamp of Burhan Wani. On the other hand, this this man is in fact writing a letter saying that let's have a reconciliatory note. That is really not going to work. And I think the very valid question opposition is also asking the Prime Minister what really has changed, because situation on the ground is not that good. All of a sudden, if you think of just having a dialogue process with the rogue nation, that is not going to work. Then there is a question even for opposition also. If you are criticizing Prime Minister and his government, then why you were completely siding? Why Rahul Gandhi didn't reprimand Navjot Singh Sidhu, who was having a jappi with General Bajwa? The General Bajwa is the one, at his instruction, all these things are happening here in this region where he's trying to destabilize the situation. I think this is high time when opposition as well as the government will have to sit together. They should reach some kind of a consensus where they have to name and shame Pakistan at the international level. By lodging protest only is not going to work, because we have seen Pakistan has adopted a strategy of sneak, they strike, then they pretend, and then they deny. That is what actually Pakistan is doing, and I think this is where we have to, in fact, name and shame Pakistan and tell the international community that this country is not Pakistan but really a terroristan, how they are supporting terror and trying to bleed and spill blood on the streets of Kashmir Valley. This is a high time. I think they have to take decision in this regard. Otherwise, Pakistan will start
taking. And in fact, Pradeep, in that regards, it's the double speak of Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan that stands exposed. On one side, he wants to reach out to the Indian Prime Minister, have a dialogue, and on the other side, our innocent Jawans, our brave hearts, our officers are being brutally killed by terrorists coming in from the other side